We have to acknowledge the grievances that have put us in this position to start with, and they're real, okay? Immigration, what the hell were we doing?
And there's also been a lot of discussion recently about your mental and physical capabilities while you were in office.
You can see that. I'm mentally incompetent, and I can't walk, and I can beat the hell out of both of them.
Do you want to reply to any of those reports, and also to the fact that there are some Democrats who are now questioning whether you should have run for re-election in the first place?
You know, the bottom 20% of our population, you know, their wages didn't go up for 20 years. They're dying 7 years younger. You know, when administrations, you know, the Biden administration is giving all this money to EVs and cars and wasting a lot of money on green stuff, which isn't going to work, and all that. Do you think people in rural cities, do you think people in inner cities thought they were getting anything? Do you think that those people think that the American government is fair and competent and that this was in their best interest? Their schools don't work. They're not getting the skills they need, and you heard that just now. So we got to acknowledge these. And I also call it blue tape, because, you know, Republicans, you generally don't like red tape. You understand the devastation of it. But, you know, most Democrats, I know, they love it. They want more of it. And they want to make it so confusing you can't even meet the rules, so you get punished and fined afterwards.
Why didn't they run against me then? Because I'd have beaten them.
Do you have any regrets?
No, I don't.
I honestly just have to laugh now. And it's for a variety of reasons. And you guys will see here at the end of the video, well, one of the reasons why I laugh is because President Trump is freaking hilarious. But I can go ahead and start filling up a jar of dollars for every time I put one in there after saying how funny President Trump is. But it's not even like he's telling jokes. He's just being himself. He's just being honest. He's just kind of saying, I told you so, without saying, I told you so. But at the end of the day, the beauty of it is he's only saying, I told you so, because he knew that it was going to work out for the better and it was going to help everybody.
Rick Santelli, this just came out, and we'll just play that for a second.
Personal income is up 0.8%. That is almost triple the expectations. I'll tell you that the income numbers, really, for the first 4 months of the year, they're stellar. They're really stellar. I mean, I could go back and look at the first 4 months of many different years. Really very strong numbers, and you're right. This administration is criticized for just about everything under the sun. I've never, ever in my lifetime had glimpses into the politics of an administration in the form of transparency like this one. Why don't we be, give credit where credit is due? Income really shooting up.
Rick, I also thought everybody was going to get one last order of imports that were going to be tariffed, and they were loading up on things. How the hell did they already fix the trade, or not fix it, but to cut it in half? That's crazy. So there wasn't a lot of front loading of things that they needed before the tariffs hit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it really does call into question some of the conventional wisdoms. And, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next month when we get this number, or we see some of the other numbers like current accounts, see how they fared. Because I don't know, I've been watching these numbers a long time. I don't think I've ever seen the trade deficit cut in half in 1 month.
Not bad. Right? Not bad.
Come on, guys.
Well, maybe. It would help those who would allow the help to benefit them. Some people are stuck. They're trapped. They're set in their own ways, and they can't get out of their own way. And no matter what President Trump does, or what President Biden did, or what President Kamala Harris could or would, or Gavin Newsom, or whomever, it doesn't really matter, does or would do or did, they will always be stuck in the same place. I feel like this whatever this is that we do every day is now, for me, besides comedic relief, just a way for me to increase the balance on my bank account by continuously pulling these clips together, putting these shitty ass videos out for you guys to watch as a form of sedative, maybe morphine. Granted, some, not all, are just consuming this as a way to get by, while others are actively taking steps and actions to improve their situation for them and their families and their businesses and their lives and their retirement or whatever. I get it. We're all on different paths. But I will say this. I am in desperate need, in search of people who can have these conversations and speak about these topics on a level at which I can engage. Because I can assure you, talking about some of the shit that's going on that seems to be the trend of the day, I don't have it in me. I can't do it. I would say if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, but maybe I'll just slap together an AI video and throw one out there just to make the money, because it's mind-numbingly awful, garbage, and trash. And in response, I continuously see and read and hear from people, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, I'm broke, I don't make enough money, I can't keep up with inflation, wages aren't rising, yet all they're doing is doom scrolling continuously for more and more of this bullshit. There, I said it.
Biggest one, underlying both that, is the enemy within. I'm not as worried about China. China is a potential adversary. They're doing a lot of things well. They have a lot of problems. What I really worry about is us. Can we get our own act together, our own values, our own capability, our own management? What you heard today on stage was the amount of mismanagement is extraordinary, by state, by city, for pensions, and that stuff is going to kill us. And, I always get asked this question, are we going to be the reserve currency? And no. If we are not the preeminent military and the preeminent economy in 40 years, we will not be the reserve currency. That's a fact. Just read history. Now, I think we will be. Warren Buffett here would tell you we're enormously resilient. I agree with that. I think this time is different. This time we have to get our act together, and we have to do it very quickly.
One of the other things that I said was that this would happen in the way in which it's happening, which I'm sure there's some folks out there who agreed with me, who understood it and didn't take the media's word for face value about how awful tariffs were going to be because President Trump said the word, despite the fact that tariffs already exist, and the media just wanted to portray and present it as more orange men bad. Oh yeah, tax breaks for the wealthy, which are already in place. It's not like it's a new thing here, folks. This has been going on and on, but the media and social media and YouTube and other platforms have been continuously twisting and contorting and spinning these stories and headlines just so that they can get more people to click on the videos time and time again. Engage in the comment section, get hijacked mentally, and just get as much engagement and retention as possible. Get as many ads shown and maybe even get a few clicks and conversions on their sponsors just to make more money. While everyone who's actually consuming it and believing this lie that's perpetuated by both sides is ultimately left to be the same, if not worse off than when they started. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like if things would have gone the other way, we would still be here. We would still be doing this. We would still be having these conversations. And I think I would actually make more money by doing it. It's crazy how some people are still asleep at the wheel. Some of y'all are going to wake up. Some of y'all have already, and you're like me. You watch videos, whether you are extremely interested or just in passing, but you never comment. I get it. But if you would like to engage in these higher level conversations, then by all means, feel free, reach out. Jamie Dimon. He says the quiet part out loud. But here's the thing, folks. You got to keep moving. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep hustling no matter what. And regardless of whether or not we now come to a unanimous agreement that everything that we said has come to fruition and is actually true and is going along according to plan. I mean, there had to be a point at which China specifically gets hit with such an enormous tariff that they would negotiate down to still offer the same product at a reduced profit margin on their end so that we as a consumer still see the same price on the shelf on our end. I get it. It was a great opportunity for people to get enraged and polarized and to start arguments and debates. But where does that really get you? How does that benefit you in the end? I don't know. Again, we're all on different paths. We all have different interests. We all have different desires and wants and needs. So I will share this with you. Our partner chapter, because they're saving people money on Medicare time and time again. After a simple phone call and people doing exactly as I have instructed them to do, which is just ask, how much money can I save on my Medicare? It's very simple. And it's very simple to call our partner chapter for your free Medicare help, free Medicare consultation at 270-467-2426, and tell them Kevin sent you. And while you have them on the phone, ask them about your Medicare plan. Ask them if it's the best plan for you, and ask them if there are ways in which you can save money. Or better yet, ask Chapter how to redeem your over-the-counter credits with the Chapter OTC app. The easiest way to redeem your Medicare Advantage OTC benefit and order from home delivered to your door, no out-of-pocket costs. Again, it's simple and it's free. Call our partner Chapter 270-467-2426 or visit them by clicking the link down below in the description or in the pinned comment, askchapter.org/Kevin. That's askchapter.org/KEVIN, or just pick up the phone and dial 270-467-2426. But like I said, President Trump is freaking hilarious. Watch this.
It showed the First Lady of France slapping her husband, Emmanuel Macron. Do you have any world leader to world leader marital advice?
Make sure the door remains closed. That was not good. No, I spoke to him, and he's fine.